in this video, we're going to talk about the X grid, and I just want to explain a couple things to you about it first. We've got these two orange lines that go from corner to corner, so this gives you the precise center, allowing you to do the second set of crosshairs, making it an X cross grid. So another thing I want to point out to you is that it is essentially 16 little mini X grids. So if you look at it, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So think of it as like if you count and you have 16 little mini X grids, then you are finished with it. So I'm going to begin showing you how to draw this in your sketchbook step by step. Okay, so in this one right here that we've drawn, let's check the size. This is a 3-inch 3x4 box. So if you want to practice one in your sketchbook, take your ruler. You need a 3x4-inch box in your sketchbook. Check and make sure I have a nice little 90-degree angle here. Rectangle represents your project paper. Just know that when you do have a project, it could be printed in various sizes. It could be, something small like this that still contains all of the values that you need in contour lines, or it could be a full-size sheet of 8.5 by 11 printer paper that you can take the grid and transfer it to your project. So you'll be transferring this size and this scale and these proportions to a larger piece of paper. So this is a 12 by 16 and this is an 8.5 by 11, so it has been enlarged. Okay, so you can work from any size photograph that you like, and it's something that you'll be using to transfer your contour lines. So this box right here represents our project paper. What I'm going to begin to do is take my ruler and begin the first X from corner to corner. That's the easiest ones. It's the first step. Can't really go wrong as long as you line up from corner to corner. So right here you want to check and make sure that it's correct. You really want to make sure that your centers are precise. Half of 3 is 1.5. So I'm just going to mark the center to make sure that it's the way that it's perfect. It's slightly over. If you are drawing your X grid on your project paper, it needs to be drawn in a value of 2 or 3. So please do not be heavy-handed when you're drawing your X grid. Okay, so we have our first 2 sets of X's. Let's go ahead and begin the next step. So what I want you to do is, now we want to look at this as if it's quadrants. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So like I said before, it will end up being 16 little mini X grids, and this one over here is missing some details. Go corner to corner from box, so we're going to have an X here, an X here, essentially putting in a diamond shape. We have our 4 X's. I'm going to put the crosshairs through all 4 of them. Please remember that we are drawing this a little bit dark for practice, but on your project, always, always a value of 2 or 3, or it can be erased or dissolved into the design at any time. We did our 4 mini X grids. Let's continue. Now we basically have our 16 boxes, so what you could do is go through and make sure that all of your boxes have X's. Okay, so think of it as 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, so that's 16. So what you could do is you could just line up from corner to corner. If you wanted to, you could take each individual box or do diamonds just like we just did. Or you can go from here to here, across, and put in all your lines. I'm going diagonally. So we've got 1, 2, about 3, 4, 5. We've already done this one. Let's go one last one going across. So what I'm going to do to make sure that we're not becoming confused or lost, and you can follow the steps that are in the lesson. Let's go ahead and mark first steps corner to corner. So I'm just going to do a quick review in case you're lost. Started with corner to corner. These are the newer lines. And then we have these 2 corner pieces that I added in. Okay. Now you notice that this box doesn't have an X, this box doesn't have an X, this one does not have it. So look at the boxes that do not have the X's. So darker blue for this. Continuing where we left off before I reviewed. These, I call it the tic-tac-toe lines. If you look at it, is hairs that form the 4 X's. Okay, so we can put in some verticals from here and make it more detailed. Just depending on where you're at with Xgrade, you could pause and use this, or we can add in these vertical lines that we do not have so far. We have this one, we don't have this one, we have the center one, we do not have this one, and this one is missing from right here. So our X's could get smaller and smaller. Just remember, again, it's 16 boxes, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. We have a total of 16 X's. This one on the right here can also have another diagonal. So within these 16 boxes, you can make it even smaller. Like you can start to take these boxes here and put in more X's. Now in Art 1, we don't really grid this far, but your boxes can get smaller and smaller and smaller as long as you stay with the same formula, starting with these 4 and ending up with 4 quadrants. Okay, so let's put in some of those verticals just so that you, if you like, all 16 of the boxes will have their crosshairs. And this is as complete as I would take it in Art 1. To go further than that, I have had a couple of students in the past make their grids smaller for accuracy. So I hope you understand X gridding a little bit more now. And if any questions, just let me know.